Hey everybody on Facebook Live, everybody on Anchor.fm, YouTube, everywhere that you're hearing this. Thank you for listening. And this is Kellen Cash again. And I'm coming back with today special type of review. I haven't done many of these, but this is a book review. And the last book review I did was on Jay Prince's book. And today it's on a friend of mine who just happens to have an excellent book, Sixtus. Check this out for those of you who can see the visual. It's called My Father's Gift, How One Man's Purpose Became a Journey of Hope and Healing. And it's available right now on Amazon. You can get it everywhere, but Amazon's one of my favorite places to get books. Amazon, and if you can't listen to something, if you can't read something, get it on Audible. Get books on Audible. But Amazon is where this book is right now. And so you can get the Kindle edition for $7.99. You can get the paperback. It's well worth the money. Get a new copy. I was blessed to get an autographed copy, but this book was so deep. Now, let me just give you some backstory. And for those of you who can see the visual, let's just, I'm going to let you guys read while I talk more about the book. Okay. This Sixtus is a PA. He's a physician assistant, a well sought after physician assistant from Cameroon, West Central Africa. I know a lot of folks say it's Central Africa, and some people it's West Africa. Hey, can we just say it's Africa and it's beautiful? And that's where he's from, a small village in Cameroon, a village right now that's going through so much conflict. I think about last time that I heard 60% of the village was actually like burned down, and everyone has their opinion on what's happening in Cameroon. The main thing is it's sad, and stuff has to change. It has to change, but we can get back into that on another time. But he's from a village that's going through a lot, and he's had to do a lot to get his family out of that village. So talking about barefoot, going to school, father entrepreneur, doing everything he can to provide, having land. And that's why I won't call Sixtus and his upbringing poor, even though it says born into a poor West African family. There's many people who are here in the United States that are so-called rich and they own nothing. So, but his father put it all on the line for Sixtus to be able to come to America. It's not easy to come to America at all from any country. But when you don't have, you're not rich in finances, and his father actually had to sell land for him to come. And when he came, it still wasn't that easy, because there's a lot of tricks. People can dupe you. There's a lot of setbacks just in life, period, that can happen. So those setbacks happen. There was one time in this book, and I'm probably jumping more forward than I want, but there was one time where he had a scholarship. He was doing everything he could. He was playing soccer. Something happened with the scholarship. Rules change when you're an immigrant all the time, and no more scholarship, and you have to find the cheapest school. But he was really prevailing where he was down south. Has to then go with a family member, move states, go to Texas, keep pushing. And, it's funny, the people that you meet at the bottom and how sometimes you can meet them at the top. Now, Sixtus, who has a beautiful family, beautiful twins, beautiful wife, everything, they're a fit family and everything. But when people see him now and they see him, on the private planes, they see him, with the nice houses and doing his nonprofit, which is, I think, the most incredible thing he's done through this book. People just think that you had it like that because you were smart, you were intelligent. No, it took hard work. And, his wife, who is Korean, I know people look at him now and say, oh man, he has a Korean wife because he's made it. But what I love about this book is he actually met his Korean wife while they were studying in school. They were both poor. Her family had just lost the business, whatnot. They were both working like most people do in school, but especially most immigrants. I'll say that. I know someone had asked me the other day, a friend of mine, and she was like, how did you afford to go to, Europe or all these places while in college? Well, I worked, and I lived in a place where, my rent wasn't too much, the pay wasn't too much, but I always had a side hustle and flip. And instead of buying new clothes, you do what you have to do. So, they did what they had to do coming up. And it's such a funny story how he actually, while studying with his Korean wife now, but they were just study partners in a group, and it was only them two at one point. And he was complaining how someone had basically cheated on the test, that the person had to cheat because the curve was set so high, and it was actually his wife who set the curve and said, why don't you study more, and really gave it to him. And I know his wife, lovely lady, whatnot, but she's no nonsense. Like when a lot of people put this stigmatism on Asian women and say, oh, they're just so submissive. I'm gonna tell you, there ain't that many submissive women, period. I mean, if you're going to some island and you can find someone who doesn't speak the language you speak, maybe they're submissive because you don't speak the language. As soon as they learn the language, it's not a submissive woman. I'm talking about someone where you think some jump how high stuff. Submission is a wonderful thing and many women have it. But I'm talking on another level where Americans have this, they put this thing on Asian women of, oh, they're going to be submissive and quiet. No, really, you probably are looking more for a blow-up doll. But back to Sixtus's book, I'm loving this book because it shows with hard work, no matter where you come from. Sixtus is smart as whatnot. He could have been a physician if he wanted to. It would have been a lot more years of delayed gratification. He would have had to try to find the money, but he actually became a PA because there was money in scholarships. And that just shows another part of the hustle about him, because when you come over as an immigrant, many a times Americans, it's, they tell us, go to school for what you like, do what you love. You don't want to be caught in life not doing what you love and this and that. He had to do what was going to pay the bills, because it wasn't just about him. His father had sold land so he could come. There's a payback. There's responsibility. There's money you're supposed to send home. See, in America, your parents could be broke, crippled, and dying, and you don't have to send the money back because, you'll say, well, there's no place I can find it in the Bible or this and that. But there's just a culture of being able to take care of your elders everywhere else, it seems, especially if you're talking about Africa, if you're talking about South America, if you're talking about Asia. That's why healthcare, when you see so many immigrants in healthcare, and some of you guys get mad, I know, especially in California, oh, too many immigrants working. No, it's because they're doing the jobs that are available. They're doing the jobs that, no one loves, but it's natural to them to take care of people, because there's just it's a different mindset. Different doesn't mean deficient, but I'd rather be on that mindset trying to take care of people if they want to be taken care of. It's so bad in America. Sometimes people will even deny you being able to take care of them. We know that too. So my father's gift is a book. It's inspirational. You're going to finish it in a week. I almost can guarantee you, even if you're not a reader. I won't say that I read, 4 books a month like the great Miles Monroe did. But this book I finished in a week. I finished Jay Prince's book in a week. And I made time to finish it. You guys can turn off the TV and turn off the YouTube and everything else. And, Serena and Trump will be fine without you knowing every step they take. But this book, it will inspire you. It will inspire someone. Get this for somebody, because you didn't have to be an immigrant to fill this book. It's clearly written. So if you say, oh, I don't really get big words, and he's going to be like using all these sophisticated words, Sixtus is a down to earth guy. And it was a book that anybody could read. I mean, you could read this in middle school, you could read this in college, you could read this in grad school or whatnot. So, and it really will show you that if you put your mind to something, it's going to happen. You know, he gives the breakdown of Cameroon and everything, and even the bribery that goes on in Cameroon. You know, I'll be honest with you, I don't mind some of the bribery, but if you don't have money, that bribery system, it's everywhere you go in a lot of West and Central Africa, a lot of Africa, not in the Tigray region in Ethiopia, we found. Do not try to bribe them. You might get in trouble. But, you know, he talks about the bribery and not having the bribe, not wanting to bribe. And I think it was just a beautiful thing. You know, he has pictures. I loved how he documented things. And there's pictures of him, you know, from back in the day. Who would have thought Sixtus was taking all these pictures? You know, he showed his parents, he showed the house. It's just a beautiful book. The palm oil, you really feel. I read this going to Cameroon and actually finished it on the plane. And it just, I'm telling you, it's a great book. He's getting some press. I want you to read this book before it hits the Cyrus Webb and Oprah Book Club. You know, those two go hand in hand, Oprah and Cyrus Webb, two Mississippi favorites. And so it's just a good book, edited, everything. I know I had the pre-edition of the book, so I might have had some things that they took out. So I don't want to say, you know, too much about it, because you'll say, Kellen, that wasn't in there. But the book is awesome. You know, and I just will tell you, I'm not going to just recommend any book, because there's many books that I know a lot of you aren't going to read, but this book was well worth it. Again, you don't have to be an immigrant, you don't have to be from Cameroon, but you're going to feel Cameroon in this book. You know, I just showed you the pictures of the palm oil and all that. Great read, and you need to read more. A lot of you, you know, even with degrees, come off as pseudo intellectuals, and it's really because we can tell what you're reading or the lack of reading that you don't have. You know, it's just a lot of folks have a lot of knowledge about things, but they don't know how to necessarily imply those things and put them like a real structure, solution based. And if you forget what the name of the book is, put Sixtus, and that's his first name, and then you can put his last name, Atabong. Whether you're listening on the podcast, whether it's the Facebook, the YouTube, the description will be in the description box, or the pinned comment or something like that. So don't feel bad if you can't see everything that I'm talking about. You know, we just like that you tuned in. I'm liking that I can give you this good review so you can check it out, doing it my way. Hopefully it's a righteous and holy way, because the book is so blessed, and I know it's going to bless his family. And I know this isn't his only book to come out, but this is the start, because there's so much, and there's so much that with his purpose medical mission, you know, so much that he's gonna continue to do, even though things are kind of, you know, stopped real quick. And I'm gonna show you guys, for you say the Purpose Medical Mission, you can type in purposemedicalmission.org and you can see it. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, you can see it. You know, it's been going 10 years strong. I personally think CNN and everyone should pick this up. He's going to be a guest on The Advise Show. That's YouTube's #1 Black media news channel, for those of you who don't know. And so, you know, he's getting press, and he's doing his local press. He's in Lubbock. And another great thing about this book is it shows everybody that we all need each other, because he started this book, or he started this journey, this real, you know, medical journey in Lubbock, and he's still there, and he loves the community. But there's been so many physicians and people, banks, and people who've helped and donated to make something in Cameroon, you know, big, this clinic that they've created, and they've created it more than just in Cameroon. They've gone to South America. They've just gone all over doing God's work. But it shows some people who, especially in this Trump era, who are hurt and everything that Trump says is racist. And people say, oh man, we just want to go back to Africa and just be on our own and be in Wakanda and all this stuff. But it was a lot, majority white folks who helped him out. And I think that we just really need to remember we need everybody in this world. You know, we're not going to have a one anything anywhere that's successful. We need everybody helping out. So if we all have a problem, if one has a problem, we all have a problem, just as mankind. So, you know, catch this book, catch this journey of hope and healing that Sixtus guides us on and shows us, you know, if we open up our hands more, if we volunteer more, or if we hire more, or we just serve more, however you want to see it, whatever you can do, serve more, do what you can, and do it with an open heart. You know, life can be blessed. It's a great book. I'm happy you guys, you know, hopefully you'll check it out. And if you don't have money to buy it, I want you to do this. This is a trick in case you say, you know what, I'd love to, but I don't have money to buy it. And you see he has great ratings on this book, all 5 stars. But if you don't have money to buy it, all you need to do is go to your library. All you need to do is go to your library. Before you go or while you're there, you might be at the library right now while listening on, you know, iTunes or Google Play. You're going to grab the ISBN number, which Amazon usually has here at the bottom. Yep, you can grab the 13 digit or the 10. I'd grab the 13 and request the book with the author's name and tell the library you'd like to buy it. You've seen it in the media. You've heard that it was a great book. Get it. You know, get this book. It's beautiful. It's an easy going to be the easiest 318 pages you've read in 2 years. I guarantee that. You know, I guarantee you're gonna skim through it. It's gonna motivate you, and you're gonna know something. You're gonna know something about Cameroon. You're gonna know about something about nonprofits. You're gonna know something about how you just start and how when things don't go your way, you're gonna just learn so much. You're gonna learn how if you don't bribe the right person at the right time, they may, you know, cancel your flight. They tried to do it to us. Thank God they didn't, because all hell was going to break through, and it was breaking through when we were trying to get out. Because like Sixtus, I had forgot my bribe out, you know, in Cameroon. And Cameroon needs new leadership. You know, got to get that old president out, and them old people. If you're like 65 and up, you need to get out of Cameroon. You might need to get out of just leadership, period, and start grooming these young people worldwide, because you had your time. You know, sit back, do your own business, kick back. But this book, man, this book shows you if you just keep pushing forward, life will be gravy. For those who don't keep pushing forward, it is what it is, you know, but you got to have the stamina, you know. The race, it's not given to the swift. So you got to keep pushing. You guys be blessed. I'm not going to be long-winded on here like I always say. Be blessed. Hit me, share it, like it, and get this book.